What I'm about to tell you is going to make 78% of vegans uncomfortable. Because there is one mistake, one specific nutritional gap that quietly destroys the long-term health of most people who go plant-based. It predisposes you to early sarcopenia, it accelerates premature aging, it increases your risk of metabolic dysfunction in your 40s. And almost nobody talks about it, because in the vegan world, mentioning it sounds like an attack. But this isn't an attack. The science is clear. A well-planned vegan diet, done correctly, is one of the longest-living, healthiest dietary patterns ever studied. The Adventist Health Study at Loma Linda University tracked vegans for over 30 years and found dramatically lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and several cancers. The problem isn't veganism. The problem is that almost no one does it correctly. In a moment, I'll show you the one mistake that sabotages everything. Why a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that vegans need almost 3 times the volume of food to get the same nutrient density as an omnivore. Why the deficiency of one specific vitamin causes irreversible neurological damage if ignored, and why a critical mineral from plants is biologically 4 times harder for your body to absorb than the same mineral from meat. I'll also give you the exact protocol, food by food and supplement by supplement, to fix all of it, without giving up your values, without going back to meat, without spending hours in the kitchen. By the end of this video, you'll know more about how to do veganism right than 90% of nutritionists do. Quick question before we dive in. Are you vegan, plant-based, or considering it? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll reply to the most interesting ones at the end. Let's start with the truth nobody in the vegan space wants to say out loud. Most people who go vegan don't go vegan because they researched plant nutrition for 6 months. They go vegan because of an ethical decision, a documentary, a health scare, or a conversation that changed how they see the world. And that's beautiful. That's a real, valid reason to change your diet. But here's what happens in real life. The person stops eating meat, they stop eating eggs, they stop eating dairy, and then they don't replace any of it with the right plant alternatives. They eat what's easy: pasta, bread, rice, beans, some fruit, a salad here and there. And on paper, that looks healthy. It's plant-based, it's whole foods, there's no animal suffering involved. But biologically, that diet is missing 3 critical things. And the first one, the fatal one, is what we're going to talk about right now. Mistake number 1, the fatal one: protein collapse. Here's what almost no vegan understands until it's too late. Animal proteins, like beef, chicken, fish, and eggs, are what we call complete proteins. They contain all 9 essential amino acids in roughly the proportions your body needs, and they're packed densely. 100 grams of chicken breast gives you about 31 grams of protein, 100 grams of beef, about 26, 100 grams of eggs, about 13. Now compare that to plant sources. 100 grams of cooked lentils gives you about 9 grams of protein, cooked beans, about 8, tofu, about 8, quinoa, about 4. So if you want to match the protein in 100 grams of chicken using lentils, you need to eat over 300 grams of cooked lentils. To match a steak, you'd need to eat almost a kilogram of beans in a single meal, every day, multiple times a day. That's not a diet. That's a logistical impossibility for someone with a job, a family, and a normal life. And there's a second problem that makes it even worse. Almost no plant protein is what we call high biological value. Beans are low in methionine. Rice is low in lysine. Most plant foods, on their own, are missing 1 or more essential amino acids. To get a complete amino acid profile, you have to combine them. Rice with beans, hummus with bread, lentils with quinoa. If you eat just lentils, your body can't fully use that protein. The missing amino acid becomes the limiting factor, and the rest gets oxidized for energy or excreted. Result? The average vegan, in real life, with a real schedule, consumes between 30 and 50 grams of protein per day. The actual recommendation for adult muscle maintenance is between 1.2 and 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. For a 70-kilo person, that's a minimum of 84 grams a day. To build muscle or recover from training, closer to 120. Most vegans aren't even hitting half of that, and the consequences accumulate silently for years. Muscle mass slowly disappears. Metabolic rate drops. Hair gets thinner. Nails become brittle. Recovery from workouts gets harder. Cognitive sharpness fades because protein provides the building blocks for neurotransmitters. And worst of all, Sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss, starts 10 to 15 years earlier than it should. This is the fatal mistake. Not because it kills you fast, because it slowly erases everything you trained for. But here's the solution, and this is where most influencers stop because they don't actually have a fix. Solution 1. Combine plant proteins strategically at every meal. Rice with beans is a classic combination because the amino acids missing in rice are abundant in beans, and vice versa. Lentils with quinoa, hummus with whole grain bread, tofu with brown rice. These combinations create complete proteins, just like meat. Solution 2, and this is the one that changes everything. Plant protein supplements. Pea protein, rice protein, hemp protein. These are concentrated, biologically valuable, and clean. 1 scoop of pea protein gives you 25 grams of protein, complete amino acid profile, no animal products. You drink 1 shake in the morning, another after training, and you've already covered 50 grams of protein. That alone matches the daily intake of most vegans I've ever measured. Solution 3. Track your protein for 1 week. Just 1 week. Use any free app. You'll be shocked at how low you actually are. And then aim for at least 1 gram per pound of body weight if you train, and 0.8 if you don't. Tell me in the comments, have you ever tracked your protein intake? Even once? Be honest, write your number below. Mistake number 2, the silent killer, vitamin B12. This one is non-negotiable. There is no debate. There is no plant source. There is no clever combination of foods that fixes it. Vitamin B12 is produced by bacteria in soil and animal guts, and the only natural human dietary sources are animal products: meat, eggs, dairy, fish. For vegans, B12 must be supplemented, always, without exception. And here's why this is so dangerous. B12 deficiency doesn't show up immediately. Your liver stores enough B12 to last 2 to 5 years, so a new vegan can feel completely fine for years while their internal stores are silently depleting. And by the time symptoms appear, the damage may already be irreversible. We're talking about peripheral neuropathy, permanent nerve damage, cognitive decline, memory loss, mood disorders, anemia, and in extreme cases, dementia-like symptoms in people in their 30s. The solution is embarrassingly simple. Take a B12 supplement. The active forms are methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin. The dose for vegans is typically between 250 and 1,000 micrograms per day, or 2,000 micrograms twice a week. It costs less than $10 a month. There is no excuse to skip this. If you're vegan and you're not supplementing B12, please pause this video and order it today. Not next week, today. This is the single most important thing in this entire video. Mistake number 3, the absorption trap, iron deficiency. Iron from plants exists. Spinach has iron, lentils have iron, tofu has iron. The problem is that the type of iron found in plants, called non-heme iron, is biologically much harder for your body to absorb. Heme iron, the kind found in meat, has an absorption rate of around 20 to 30%. Non-heme iron from plants has an absorption rate of 2 to 20%, on average about 4 times less efficient. This is why vegan women, especially those who menstruate, are at significantly higher risk of iron deficiency anemia. Symptoms include fatigue, dizziness, hair loss, brain fog, cold hands and feet, and shortness of breath during light activity. Many vegans live with these symptoms for years, blaming stress or sleep when the real culprit is iron. But here's the science nobody teaches. Vitamin C dramatically increases the absorption of non-heme iron. We're talking about a 3 to 4-fold increase when consumed in the same meal. So the fix is elegant. Pair every iron-rich plant food with a vitamin C source. Lentils with bell peppers. Spinach salad with strawberries or oranges. Tofu stir-fry with broccoli and lemon juice. Bean stew with tomatoes and a squeeze of lime. And avoid the iron blockers in those same meals. Coffee, black tea, and calcium supplements all reduce iron absorption. So save your coffee for at least 1 hour before or after meals, not during. If you're a menstruating vegan woman, ask your doctor for a ferritin test, not just hemoglobin. Ferritin shows your iron stores. Hemoglobin only shows acute deficiency. You can be functionally low in iron with normal hemoglobin and feel terrible, and most doctors will miss it. Now, the support layer. 3 more things that don't make or break your veganism, but that take it from okay to thriving. Variety. Plant diets thrive on diversity. Eating the same 5 foods every day, even if they're whole foods, will create micronutrient gaps. Aim for at least 30 different plant foods per week. Different beans, different grains, different vegetables, different fruits, different seeds, different nuts. Each plant has a unique nutrient and phytochemical profile. Creatine. This is one of the most underrated supplements for vegans. Creatine is concentrated almost exclusively in animal muscle, which means a vegan diet provides almost zero. And creatine isn't just for bodybuilders. It supports muscle maintenance, exercise performance, and increasingly, research shows it improves cognitive function, especially under stress or sleep deprivation. A study published in Psychopharmacology found that vegetarians who supplemented with creatine showed measurable improvements in working memory and intelligence test scores, while omnivores in the control group showed less benefit, presumably because they were already getting some from food. 5 grams a day. That's all you need. It's one of the safest, cheapest, and most studied supplements in existence. Omega-3, specifically EPA and DHA. Plant sources like flax and chia provide ALA, which the human body converts to EPA and DHA at a very low rate, around 5 to 10%. So even with high ALA intake, your DHA levels can stay low. The solution is algae oil, which is the original source of marine omega-3 anyway. 250 to 500 milligrams of combined EPA plus DHA per day from algae oil covers it. Plant-based, sustainable, effective. So here's the protocol, the complete one. Save this. Number 1. Hit at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. Combine plant proteins and use pea or rice protein supplementation when needed. Number 2. Take vitamin B12, 250 to 1,000 micrograms daily. Methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin, non-negotiable. Number 3. Pair iron-rich plants with vitamin C at every meal. Skip coffee at meals. Get a ferritin test if you're a woman. Number 4. Eat 30 different plant foods per week, minimum. Number 5. Take creatine, 5 grams daily. Doesn't matter the brand, just take it. Number 6. Take algae oil, 250 to 500 milligrams of EPA plus DHA combined daily. Do this, and your veganism stops being a risk. It becomes one of the healthiest, longest-living, lowest-disease dietary patterns on the planet, with all the ethical and environmental benefits intact. This isn't a video against veganism. This is the video I wish every vegan got on day 1, because most don't. And 10 years later, they're sitting in a doctor's office wondering why their lab work is destroyed, when the truth is that nobody ever taught them how to do it right. Tell me in the comments, are you doing all 6 of these? Half of them? None? I'm genuinely curious. And if you're a long-term vegan and any of these surprised you, share your experience below. The comments on these videos are where the real education happens, and other vegans need to read your story. If this video gave you something nobody else gave you, subscribe to the channel. Every week, I bring you the science of nutrition, metabolism, and longevity translated honestly. No agendas, no supplements to sell, no empty promises, just the truth in language you can use. See you in the next one.